Before I say what I was about to say, we'll go to this house right here. This one more. Now this video is gonna be just way different. So, let's take in this golden opportunity. Originally, I was gonna call today Cry Day, but no longer crying is me smiling. Does that rhyme? Anyway, Black Indiana Jones here. No, but in all seriousness, so I usually call today Cry Day, like if I didn't get any business for the week, which that's pretty much how this week has gone. Like I got a couple of people that are like, yeah, and then at the last minute, be like, nah, and I'm like, oh. But I passed. So while driving, you got to be paying attention. Like I know my girl's probably annoyed because when we drive, I go, look at all that. That whole tree's dead, and look at all those shrubs. All those died. I need to remove those. I'm like looking at every potential possible way to make money. It's probably annoying. So on the way to go drop the little one off with her grandparents, I seen this house and I said, man, you know what? I'm gonna stop there. And like I said, I don't have any cards and I don't even have my notebook really. I was just gonna show my Facebook page. But I saw the guy backing into the driveway there and I looped around and I drove up and I was like, hey, excuse me, sir. My name's Keith. I own, blah, 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 the whole spiel. My main thing was like, what's your plans? I like to talk to people because it gives me a chance to like get to know who they are and see like how serious they are about their stuff. Because some people, they're just like, remove it, and I don't want nothing else. Some people, they love their yards. Like I'm a person, I grew up, my dad loves, landscaping, and, he taught me how to cut grass in a way that made the yard look beautiful and all that type of stuff. Oh, look, it's the competition. So my dad instilled that in me, and I like talking to people who actually like their yards and like taking care of their trees and their plants and things like that. So I did ask him what his plans were. He said, I don't got no plans as of now. He's like, but give me your information and stuff, and he's like, I'll give you a call about getting it removed and all that. And I'm sitting here like, see that? I incepted him because basically I asked him and then he made it his idea to call me. What? Or chapped. Talking to people with chapped lips, like pretty cool moment, man. And he literally tore off a part of his cigarette carton, and we wrote my name and information on that, and guess it's going on the fridge. Woo! New customer, baby. Yeah, it was almost Cry Day, but I'm gonna say that's the end of a good day right there. Truly, truly, truly is. Oh, like I say, this business, it's stressful because you get out here, you promote, you talk to all these people that obviously they need the help. It's not that they don't need help, it's people that need help, but it's just getting them over that. Ooh, that Tesla was clean, boy. What was that, Model S? But it's getting them to realize that, like, okay, this is something that needs to get done, because what happens is people like me come by, then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Or like I said in the other video, oh, I got somebody that's going to take care of that. Or, yeah, we got someone already, and then it never happens. And the stuff starts growing into this one house I just came from right now. The whole yard looks like freaking Jurassic Park. Like, not the crazy scenes. I'm talking about when they made the new park and people showed up and everyone's like, the worst part of their yard was the fence line right in the front, because it had nothing but overgrown vines and this hackberry all through it and stuff, and it just looked terrible. I don't mean to laugh, but like, honestly, like, what? Are you kidding me? You guys, they have like, $500,000 home, and then the front of it just looks the way it does. I was like, bro, y'all need my help. So I wrote my name on the car. Hopefully they give me a shout. Dab. Stuff like that. And then, getting the calls like, oh, we'll take care of it. It's like, come on. It's obviously hasn't been taken care of. Just let me do it. This is one thing I will say: when you own a business, especially a service business, make sure you have examples of your work on you, number one, on your person. And then also make sure you have examples of your work on your websites or your Google or your Facebook or wherever it is you post your, hold up. Okay, make sure you have examples of your work everywhere, so when people do search you up, they can find it and they can see and have that peace of mind at least. Because it's one thing. It's like one of those rappers that comes up to really. This is what I told Callie earlier today. I was like, man, I'm gonna just have to be. Or sorry, I said it last night. I was like, I'm gonna have to be like those rappers that they just are always talking about their music, where people finally just like, dang it, you know what? Let me go ahead and listen to this guy, because you don't know who they are, and this is the reason why you gotta have information out there and pictures and examples, is because when people do search you up, they may not know who you are right then, but the internet will tell on you. Like, no matter what, good or bad, the internet will tell on you. They search your business, then they're going to search you. So make sure you're not posting stuff on the internet. Making sure, yes, posting on the internet, but making sure you're not posting crazy stuff on the internet, because there's too much of that, and you can't expect to be successful when you got a bunch of trash or you follow a bunch of nonsense and expect people to take your business serious. Because if you're like me and you're the one that's out here knocking on these doors, they're gonna look that up. Some of these Karens and dad Karens will actually look you up. I actually got a ding the other day that somebody searched up my name in my criminal history or whatever the heck, which I'm pretty sure, because I probably wrote my full name on a card or something, so they could call me or beat me if they wanted to reach me. Make sure you look good on the internet. That's probably rule number one. The internet is that's where it's at anymore. The internet is where it is at. So you have to make sure you look good on the web, social media, all that, before, or just private all your stuff. But even still, just make sure you look good on the internet and everywhere before you start trying to start a business. Because the internet is like your resume, if that makes sense. People look at the internet, or people look at you on the internet. They look at, maybe if you have a YouTube channel, what were you talking about? We see what's happening to Joe Rogan from stuff he talked about years ago. You got to make sure that if you said or did, like, I have an old Twitter account that I don't know if I can get into, but I do know that I want to somehow figure out how to delete it, because there was a lot of times that I was talking trash because I was hurt at the time about a certain person and people in that group. It was just a whole lot of stuff that now that I'm at the point that I'm at, I'm like, oh man, I've been going back and, one, I already don't follow nonsense. I just stopped following nonsense. The main thing is to just do that first, as you or I should say, you can do it as you are building your business, because in the early stages, but you, like I said the other day, it takes one person to say, oh, isn't this the same person? Isn't this the same guy, the same girl, the same mom? Isn't this that dad? There's a YouTube couple that I follow, and apparently they have like a ton of stuff that's been going on in the background that I had no idea about. And there's articles and police things, and it's like, oh man, so make sure you got your internet stuff cleaned up. That's the tip for today's Cry Day. Actually, it wasn't a Cry Day. And tip number 2 for today, just do it, man. Like, I'm telling you, I hate to say if you feel it in your spirit to just go do something, but truly, if that thing is not like gnawing at your heart, I was trying to explain to my little one last night about how Satan pulls our heart one way and God pulls our heart another way, if you want to say the battle of good and evil. But it's like tug of war, and whichever side you like, for us, it's who we let. If you let fear pull your heart from doing what your heart's tugging to do, you're never gonna, man, no, you cannot expect to get anywhere with that type of mindset, that type of mentality. You have to let go of fear, because when that tug of war is happening, I'm so sorry about this lighting. It is so bright here. This is perfect. Look at that orange. That's it right there. I'm gonna keep it right here. When fear is tugging at your heart, understand it is so easy. And when I say easy, I mean easy. It is so easy to fall in love. Y'all know that song? Anyway, it is so easy to just let fear have it, and you miss out on so much. Can you imagine? Can you imagine missing out all because you got scared? You may not have to imagine, because you probably have done that, like all of us. And one thing I read in my devotional the other day, which is super cool, and I shared it with my best friend. It says that every story in the Bible that talks about somebody that had strength, whether it was a girl, a guy, an adult male, adult female, whatever the age group, didn't matter. No matter what story of courage you could hear, even outside of the Bible, even stories of courage with police officers or firemen or a kid that saved his little brother or something like that. Every story starts with the person that used to be timid. And maybe they were always strong, but they also had a piece of timidity. I forgot how you say that word, but usually in the beginning of the stories, even superheroes, they come from humble beginnings, or they weren't really doing much, and all of a sudden they, knowing that, hearing that, especially when it comes to the Bible characters who were directly used by God, that makes me feel so good, because it's like, I understand, they understand. They went through what I go through, being afraid, being fearful, not knowing what possibly could happen. Could this work? Could this not work? Will I make enough? Will I have enough? Did I spend too much? Did I overthink that? Did I underthink that? Did I say the wrong thing? Did I not say you can sit there and battle fear all day. The Bible says, be anxious for nothing, for a reason. It doesn't say for a reason. It just says, be ye anxious for nothing. Because who by worrying can add or take away from his life? I don't know why it says take away, because truthfully, you are taken away from your life when you worry. It's shown that people who stress all the time, what do they end up doing? Having heart attacks and dying straight up. Let me change this angle real quick. Here we go. But understand, you cannot worry yourself into success. You have got to work. You have got to leave fear behind. You got to let go of it. Stop tugging. Man, there's no point of being on the side of fear when what you want is that way. What you want is that way. So quit. Let it go. The second, and I promise y'all, the second I let go of fear, listen, let me tell you how G, my friend, is. My Primo Jr., he said, don't you want to start your business? And we were talking. I was like, yeah. I worked for him for a little bit, and just some things, Then one day I came to work, and he said, nope, you don't work here. That one conversation on my birthday, Monday, October the 18th, 2021. That was it. Actually, it's my bad. That was Sunday. So October 17th. October 17th, I got fired. October 18th, I opened up my business. I made my first $750 towards my business. It was 2 Fridays later. So I took 500 and no, that's not true. It was like 200 because I had just paid all this money. Okay, my bad. I had $200 that was supposed to last me that whole week. That's gas, food, all that. That whole week plus the next week. And by the time the next week had came, I had spent the majority of that. I think it was, I don't even remember how, but I remember being down to my last like $20 or $15 by the 2 Fridays from then, which was like the 27th or I don't remember. But do you know that day I was real fearful because I'm like, dude, I got no money and I need to make some money. I don't know what's going to happen here. And I was driving around. I seen this house with this big old leaning dead oak in the back of the back of their house. And I stopped. I knocked on the door, talked to the guy. I gave him a price that he just couldn't refuse. $750 to knock this 40-foot tall and maybe like 5 foot in diameter oak down. $750. Right now, I would probably charge close to 10 bands for that because now I know. But anyway, God blessed me when I let go of fear. Romans 12:12, and I'm going to end with this, says, rejoice in the full hope. That doesn't say rejoice because you got what you wanted. Rejoice because it went exactly the way you thought it was going to. Rejoice in the full hope. And what that means that I've seen, what that has meant for me has been, I need to just be excited that it's coming. And I stay excited. And yeah, it's tiring sometimes, but that's why, like I said in the other video, you got to change the people you around. Because you get some real support, they going to keep shouting and doing it until that first tree gets to get knocked down for super cheap, even though it should be for a lot more. But that will kickstart you to keep going. And after I cut that tree, man, I'm telling you, my confidence jumped through the roof. Why? Because I kept rejoicing in the hope that something was going to come. I didn't know what, I just knew that it would. All these people talk about manifesting. It ain't no manifesting. It's faith. It's God testing you to see how deep and how wide are you willing to swim and willing to go into this faith thing and trust him. Man, I'm telling y'all, I've had situations, this video is a little bit longer, I'm sorry, but I've had situations where it was down to the day, maybe even the hour of when I needed something to go through. Check this out. One time, I'm getting pumped right now. Y'all seeing the hair and all of it. I want to say it was August. I needed money for my little one's birthday, and I had money, but this particular day that I wanted to go shopping, my money hadn't hit my account, and I was freaking out. My boy Ethan was like, Keith, I don't understand. I mean, I got my money. He worked at the same place as me. Everybody I worked with got their money, and I could not understand what was going on. And it was not till that night, like right before it was bedtime or something, my money went through, and I was able to go shopping. I got her all this unicorn stuff. It was great. And I said, whoo, see, there's a gospel song that says he may not come when you want it, but he'll be there right on time. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Man, get me talking about faith, and I could go on for days when it comes to faith, because faith literally is how I've been living my life since last year, almost about this exact time. Actually, the second week of March. or first week of March really is when all this started, me reading the Bible and God showing me things. But let go of fear. Let go of fear and watch what God does. Here's the cool thing about God, though. You don't got to be perfect. You ain't got to be the strongest. You don't got to be a Samson. You don't got to be the Rock. You don't got to be anybody you think that's already built up or, physically fit or they're mentally sound and strong. You don't got to do any of that. God, the beautiful thing about God, see, all these other religions and stuff out here, the real Jesus, the real God, real Holy Spirit, they accept you for who you are. That does not mean you continue in what's considered sinful, which is a lot of things, right? And it's like, dang, how do I not do that? Well, don't worry about all that. God will work on your heart and certain things will just fall away. I'm telling you. But the cool thing about Jesus is that he accepts you for who you are. So you don't got to worry about getting yourself to be perfect. The best people in the Bible the people that I find the most connection with, Moses, for example. Moses killed someone because they were hurting one of his own. And it's like, wow, how many times do us as men say, if someone touches my family, I'm going to pull out or I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. So we get that. I get what Moses was feeling. Shoot, if I saw somebody hitting my dad or my grandfather or my uncle or my cousins or my sister or mom, girlfriend, kid, if I saw that, of course, I would kill him too. That's how I feel. So I get that. But guess what? God used him. Look at Noah. Noah was a drunk, but God looked at him as, man, you the only righteous person on earth. I'm going to save you and your family. Build this ark for me. That probably sobered him up for all them years. God talked to me. God talked to me. I mean, man, when God comes into your life, things change. Save you, save your family. But that's when you let go of fear. You let go of fear and watch what God does, all right? That's it for today. I'm Chan. I've switched the channel back to Life of Chan because the Family Chan, it almost sounds like the Family Channel. And it's mostly me on here. I'll bring them in every now and then so you guys can see them. But yeah, I switched it back to Life of Chan. We're just going to have us some fun, man, for real. We're going to have us some fun this year. I'm going to talk to y'all straight. I'm going to talk to y'all the way it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. Like I said, this week, we didn't make any money towards the business. Second week of February. Now, that doesn't mean I am going to tell you. I'm going to tell y'all when we're successful, but I'm not going to tell y'all how successful, if that makes sense. I don't need people pocket watching. And really, like I said, this channel's not about that. It's about just showing y'all the behind the scenes of what life truly can be like, despite any adversities you go through, despite deaths in the family, breakups. What else do I got? Uncles in prison, cousins on the run, bad decisions made, debt you might be in, dropping out of college, a breakup, and then getting back together. I already said that. Dude, there's so much. There's literally so much. But like I said, I'm gonna just keep it real over here because I want y'all to know it is possible. That's why I love the Bible. I could just keep going. I'm gonna stop the video now. I promise. I'm gonna stop the video now. But just know this: the Bible is so full of stories. If you don't want to hear my story, at least go there and just get the motivation that I have to continue rejoicing in hope that something better is going to come. And you keep that up. You look at people who were in prison for like 25 years, and when they get out, they are smiling. Because they knew that time was coming. they forgot how long they were in there, and oh man, just no way. Or look at people, or shoot, they didn't even do 25 years. My cousin was in prison. He's supposed to be gone, but they let him go way early. And I guess for good behavior or something like that, because it was like his first time or whatever. And it's like, dang, he thought he was going to have like 5 to 10 years, and he only got a year and some months. I can imagine that day, like, sir, you're free to go. Hoping one day he'd get out. Boom. Rejoicing in the full hope, man. Today's Bible verse is Romans 12:12. So it wasn't a cry day today. It was a thrive day. Happy Friday. Peace out. Make sure you stay the path. Don't give up.